One of the biggest things I've learned through my journey, and I've spoken to thousands of women, coached many, listened deeply, is that we as women crave something that often gets overlooked by men. And it's not luxury, it's not perfection, it's not the biggest house or the flashiest car. It's emotional safety. That's what it really comes down to. Now, I need every man listening to me right now to pay close attention, because this is something many women will never outright tell you. They may never say the words, but they feel it deeply. We want to feel safe, safe to express, safe to be soft, safe to just be, and not the kind of safety that comes from locks on doors or physical strength. No, I'm talking about the safety to let our guard down emotionally. You see, women are often in environments where we're expected to show up strong, at work, at home, even in friendships. We're expected to carry ourselves like we've got it all figured out. But when a woman comes home to her man, what she truly desires is to relax into her femininity. She wants to know that with you, she doesn't have to perform. She wants to take off that strong woman armor and just be. But the problem is, many women don't feel they can, because men don't always create that space. And it's not because you don't care. It's because maybe no one ever told you how important this really is. When a woman shares her feelings with you, especially the vulnerable ones, how do you respond? Do you try to fix her problem right away? Do you get uncomfortable? Do you tell her to calm down or stop overthinking? Because I'm here to tell you, in those moments, what she truly wants is presence, not solutions, just presence. Emotional safety is created when you listen without judgment, when you allow her to feel without trying to change how she feels. It's created when you remember the little things she says, when you notice her mood and check in, not because she asked you to, but because you care. It's created in consistency, in reassurance, in showing up even when she's at her worst. That's when a woman starts to believe that, yes, I can trust this man with my heart. And when that happens, men, let me tell you, the woman you get in return is unstoppable. She'll pour into you in ways you didn't even know were possible. She'll support your dreams, love you deeply, and stand by you through storms. But she has to feel safe first. So no, it's not about being perfect. It's not about being rich, tall, or even the smartest guy in the room. It's about being emotionally available. Being strong enough to hold her emotions without flinching. That's the kind of strength that women find irresistible. That's the hidden truth that so many men miss. This is JASSICA Opare, and I'm telling you now, if you want to unlock a woman's true devotion, learn to create emotional safety. It's not just a hidden weakness, it's the key to everything. One thing that really surprises men when they hear it is this idea that strong women, those women who seem like they've got everything under control, who handle their careers, their families, their friendships with ease, actually have a hidden side most people don't see. And I want to share this with you today because understanding this can change the way you connect with the women in your life. Many men think, she's strong, she doesn't need help. And sometimes women even send that message themselves because they want to be seen as capable, independent, and resilient. But here's the truth that often gets lost. That strength is sometimes a shield, a powerful mask that hides a deep need for support. I've talked to so many women, heard their stories, and it's clear that behind that I'm fine and I can do this on my own attitude, there's often a silent cry for someone to just notice, to say, hey, I see you. You don't always have to be strong, because carrying that strength all the time, it's exhausting, it's tiring, and yet many women feel they can't show it because society expects them to be the rock, the pillar, the glue holding everything together. So what does this mean for you as a man? It means you have to be attentive, not just to the words she says, but to what she's not saying. You have to be able to see past the surface. When she tells you she's fine, maybe she's not. When she insists she doesn't need help, maybe she's just afraid to ask. Support doesn't always have to be big gestures. Sometimes it's the little things. A simple question like, how was your day, really? Or noticing when she looks tired and offering to take some of the load. Sometimes it's just sitting with her in silence when she's overwhelmed without trying to fix anything. That's powerful. That's what she really needs. And this isn't about rescuing her or thinking she can't do things on her own. No, it's about partnership. It's about being the person who can carry some of the weight when she's weary, who can be the safe space she can lean into without judgment. You see, men, strong women, don't want you to solve all their problems. They want you to be present. They want to feel seen and understood. And when you can offer that kind of support, something amazing happens. That woman who seemed so invincible suddenly lets her guard down. She shows you the real her, the woman who's human, who has fears, doubts, and moments of vulnerability. And when she trusts you with that, your connection deepens in ways you can't imagine. It becomes real. It becomes lasting. Because strength without support can turn into loneliness, but strength with support, that creates a bond that can withstand anything. This is JASSICA Opare speaking from the heart. If you want to truly understand and love the strong women in your life, learn to see beyond their strength. Notice the hidden need for support. Be willing to share the burden, and watch how that woman blossoms right before your eyes. That's the kind of love and connection that changes everything. There's something about women that many men don't fully understand, and it's about the way we communicate, not just with words, but with everything that we don't say out loud. I want to share this with you today because it's one of those hidden things that can either make or break a relationship. You see, women often have these silent expectations that they don't voice directly, and yet they expect you to know them. It's not about mind reading or guessing games. It's about paying attention, being present, and really tuning in. Think about it like this. Sometimes a woman won't say exactly what she wants or needs, not because she's trying to be difficult, but because she's testing the waters, seeing if you're truly listening to her beyond just the words. It's a subtle dance of emotions and signals, and if you miss the cues, it can feel like you're emotionally distant or uninvested. But when you catch those little hints, that's when trust builds and the connection deepens. For example, a woman might say, "I'm fine," when she's clearly not fine. Or she might drop a comment about feeling tired or overwhelmed, hoping you'll notice and step in, but not directly asking for help. These are not tricks. They are silent ways of expressing her feelings and needs, and they come from a place of vulnerability, because for many women, to openly ask for something feels like admitting a weakness, and that's scary. So instead, they hope you'll see the unspoken message. This is where emotional intelligence comes in. It's not just about hearing words. It's about feeling the emotions behind them, reading the body language, and understanding the context. When you start to tune into these subtle signals, you show her that you truly care. You show her that she's seen, heard, and valued without her having to spell everything out. And here's the truth. Most women want a partner who doesn't wait for a perfect invitation to show love and support. They want someone who can anticipate their needs, someone who can act on those silent expectations. When you do this, you create a safe and nurturing space where she feels understood on a deep level. And that's incredibly powerful. But it takes effort. It means putting down the distractions, being present in the moment, and genuinely wanting to know her, not just the surface level, but what's really going on inside. It means asking the right questions and then listening, not just planning your next response, but really listening. I'm JASSICA Opare, and I'm telling you, this skill of noticing the unspoken, of honoring those silent expectations, is one of the greatest gifts you can give a woman. It shows her that your love is not conditional on her saying exactly what you want to hear. It shows her that your care goes beyond words. And when that happens, men, you don't just have a girlfriend or a partner, you have a soulmate. So if you want to deepen your relationship, start practicing this now. Stop waiting for her to tell you everything. Start looking, listening, and feeling what she's not saying. That's where the real connection lies. That's where love grows. You know, one thing that often surprises men when I talk about relationships is how important validation is to women. Not just any validation, but genuine, heartfelt appreciation. I'm JASSICA Opare, and I want to tell you this because it's one of those hidden truths that can transform your relationship if you really understand it. Many people think that confident women don't need to be told they're beautiful, smart, or appreciated. They think strong women are self-sufficient and don't crave compliments or praise. But the truth is, even the most confident woman still thrives on validation. It's like a secret love language that many men overlook. Think about it. Validation isn't about empty flattery or superficial praise. It's about recognizing who she is, the effort she puts in, and the things she does that often go unnoticed. When you tell her she looks beautiful, it's not just about her appearance. It's about making her feel seen, valued, and loved for being herself. When you acknowledge her hard work or her kindness, you're reinforcing her worth in a way that words alone often can't express. Women give so much emotionally, physically, mentally, in relationships, and sometimes that can feel like a lot. When their efforts are noticed and appreciated, it fuels their spirit and strengthens their sense of femininity. It's a powerful thing. Validation acts like a kind of emotional fuel that keeps her feeling loved and connected. Without it, she might start feeling invisible or taken for granted. And here's the thing. Validation isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. It has to be authentic. Women can tell when you're being sincere or when you're just saying things because you feel like you should. So take a moment to really mean it when you compliment her or thank her. Notice the little things, the way she handled a difficult situation, the way she's been there for you or your family, or simply how she lights up a room with her smile. Tell her those things. But it's not just verbal validation that matters, it's also shown through your actions. Small gestures that say, I see you, I appreciate you. Maybe it's bringing her favorite snack after a long day, sending her a thoughtful message out of the blue, or supporting her dreams and goals. These things speak volumes. Men often underestimate how deeply these small acts of validation affect a woman's emotional well-being. When you make her feel truly appreciated, you're nurturing her confidence and her ability to be vulnerable with you. You're encouraging her to show up fully as herself because she knows you value everything about her. So I'm telling you now, don't hold back on giving genuine, heartfelt validation. It's not a weakness to show appreciation. It's a strength. It creates an emotional connection that goes beyond words. And when a woman feels truly validated, she becomes more loving, more open, and more devoted. This is Jessica Opare reminding you, if you want to build a deep, lasting relationship, learn to speak her love language of validation. Notice her, appreciate her, and watch how your love story transforms into something beautiful and unbreakable. You know, there's something many men misunderstand when it comes to the way women act in relationships, especially when it feels like she's testing you. I'm Jessica Opera, and I want to clear this up right now, because this idea that a woman is just playing games or trying to frustrate you is one of the biggest myths out there. The truth is, when a woman tests you emotionally, she's not trying to annoy you or push you away. She's trying to feel secure. She's trying to know if you're really there for her, solid and steady. Think about it this way. Trust isn't built overnight. For a woman, trusting a man with her heart means feeling safe not just in the big moments, but in the everyday interactions. When she throws out a test, whether it's asking questions that seem small or even acting a little distant, she's really trying to see if you're dependable, if you can handle her mood swings, her vulnerabilities, and the parts of her that aren't perfect. Maybe she asks, do you really care about me? Or she checks how you respond when she's upset. She might even say things that feel like little digs just to see if you'll get defensive or if you'll stay calm. It's not a game. It's a way to protect herself from getting hurt. She wants to know if you'll stay anchored no matter what. This is where emotional maturity comes in. It's not enough to say, I love you, or I'm here. You have to show it consistently by how you respond to these moments. Do you listen patiently? Do you stay calm and reassuring? Or do you react with frustration, impatience, or anger? Because her tests are moments where she's looking for that proof that your love is real and unwavering. And men, when you pass these tests, not by being perfect, but by being steady and present, you build a foundation that makes her feel safe enough to open up completely. She begins to drop her guard, showing you the parts of her she usually keeps hidden. That's when intimacy grows. That's when your relationship moves from surface level to something deep and meaningful. I want you to understand that these tests aren't about control or manipulation. They're about survival. Women want to protect their hearts. After all, many have been hurt before or have been let down. So these little tests are her way of saying, can I trust you enough to be real with you? So instead of getting frustrated or confused when she tests you, see it as an opportunity to prove your commitment and love. Be patient, be consistent, be emotionally available. Show her that she can lean on you without fear of judgment or rejection. This is Jessica Opare speaking from experience and heart. If you want a woman to fully trust you, understand that these moments of testing are actually invitations to show her your true strength. Be the man who passes her tests with grace and love, and you'll unlock a connection that's unshakable. One of the most important things I want to share with you today is about affection. And not just any kind of affection, but consistent, genuine affection. I'm Jessica Opare, and I've learned through my own experiences and conversations with women that affection isn't just a nice to have in a relationship, it's an absolute necessity. For many women, affection is like oxygen. Without it, they start to feel suffocated emotionally, disconnected, and even invisible. Now, I want you to really understand what I mean by affection. It's not just about the occasional hug or the rare compliment. It's about constant, everyday expressions of love and care, physical, verbal, and emotional. It's the way you hold her hand when you're walking, the way you look at her with warmth and admiration, the way you say, "I love you," without it feeling like a routine. It's all these small moments added up that create a deep sense of connection. Women need to feel wanted, cherished, and secure in their relationships. And affection is the language that speaks to those needs. When you're affectionate, you're telling her without words, "You matter to me. You're important. I see you and I love you just the way you are." That kind of reassurance can make all the difference. Sometimes men underestimate how much affection matters because they think it's secondary to things like financial stability or grand gestures. But here's the truth. Affection is what keeps the emotional flame burning. It fuels intimacy and vulnerability. Without it, even the strongest relationships can start to feel cold and distant. And it's not just physical touch, though that's a powerful part of it. It's also about verbal affection. Saying kind words, expressing gratitude, noticing the little things she does, and telling her how much she means to you. These things create an emotional safety net where she feels comfortable being herself, sharing her fears, dreams, and insecurities. Consistency is key here. One affectionate gesture is good, but a lifetime of them is transformative. Women remember the way you make them feel day in and day out. It's the everyday kindness, the spontaneous compliments, the gentle touches, when she least expects it, that build a strong, loving bond. I'm telling you now, if you want to keep your woman close, if you want her to thrive and blossom in your relationship, make affection a priority. Don't wait for special occasions or think it's something you can do only when you feel like it. Make it a habit, a lifestyle. Because when a woman feels consistently loved and cared for through affection, she becomes more open, more trusting, and more deeply connected to you. She'll pour her heart into the relationship, support you fiercely, and stand by you through anything. So listen to me. This is Jessica Opare speaking to you. Affection is not a weakness or something trivial. It's the lifeblood of love. Give it freely, give it often, and watch how your relationship transforms into something beautiful, strong, and unbreakable.